Uh, I think we're live. Hello, everyone. My name's Wilhelm. Uh, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight with me, Wilhelm. Get down tonight. Although tonight it's not actually tonight. It's only 5 p.m., which I don't think technically is tonight per se. Uh, I was chatting with Marjorie from my dandruff support group about what actually defines uh, tonight versus afternoon and evening, because it's important to make those distinctions. And I think we agreed upon that 4 p.m. was the latest time, the latest hour that it can be the afternoon, and 5 p.m. is the beginning of the evening. So I bid you a good evening. Oh, look, Steve Craig is watching. I can hit wave. Again, this is the first time I've done this. I switched over to an iPad, and my Windows 95 computer wasn't working. So I'm braving new technology, but I think I can figure it out. I am a research scientist, after all. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Wilhelm. I might as well just do a brief introduction. And please, but right off the top, I think there's 7 people watching. Oh, this is amazing. Right off the top, if you have any questions, just type them. Do the voice to text. Do whatever it is, but on whatever device that you have. I encourage lots of interaction. It's not just about me. It's about us connecting. It's connecting. Oh, there's a comment. Candace Woodland. Hi, Wilhelm. I found you. Yes, you did. Whew. This is very exciting. What was I? I've lost my train of thought. Oh, I was going to introduce myself. That's right. My name is Wilhelm. I am a former research scientist, and last year I did a lecture series about the Fringe Festival called, whoosh, there it is right there, How to Be a Super Fringer. I added the sound effect myself. That was special effects. And I just basically talk to people about the Fringe Festival and why I love it so much, and how they can get the most out of it. Oh, it looks like, oh my God, I think I have 25 people watching. It was 23 for a second, and 23 is my favorite number. So I'm getting the vapors. I'm getting the vapors. Well, I guess I should go back to introducing myself. I am a former research scientist and Fringe expert, and I think just an all-around nice guy, I think, is the general consensus that I've heard, not just from Marjorie, because we have tea in the backyard a lot, and everyone in my dandruff support group thinks I'm a lovely human being, as well as my gingivitis support group. They all love to see me there. The smiles abound. I just need some water here. I said off the top, if anyone has any comments or questions, please just ask me. I love answering questions. I have a wide variety of expertise, and I love to share that with people, and so just ask. Like I said, one of my main focuses over the last few years has been the Fringe Festival, of which I am a self-proclaimed super fringer. And if anyone has been tuning in on my fortnightly Facebook Lives, you'll know that I've been following what's happening with the Victoria Fringe with bated breath, which is kind of an odd expression if you think about it. Like, does that mean that my breath smells like bait? Like worms? That doesn't sound good to me, but apparently bated breath is a good thing. Maybe it's a different spelling of baited. I need to research that idiom. I'll make a note of that for future reference. But I've been following the progress of the Fringe Festival, and surprisingly enough, over the last few months with the pandemic going on and the lockdown, which of course was the whole reason that we're here with the Get Down with the Lockdown, making art while we're self-isolated. I thought for sure that the Fringe Festival here in Victoria was going to be cancelled, just like so many other Fringe festivals across the country and the continent, and probably the world too, now that I think about it. Um, they haven't cancelled just yet. The last thing that they said on their website from 2 weeks ago hasn't changed. It says that they're looking to do some sort of modified Fringe, whatever that means. Modified and super modified trucks. I saw those once. They were monster trucks. I paid for my whole seat, but I only needed the edge. It wasn't good value, but I enjoyed the trucks. The Fringe Festival is going to be going forward apparently in some sort of modified form, and they're making a finalized announcement in what they said was late June. And by my calendar, although I don't actually see my calendar right now, let me see if it's. Just want to confirm. Oh, it was underneath my iPad. It's June 28th, which is. It's pretty late. It's pretty late in June, but technically there's 2 more days before it's July, and the Fringe Festival announcement will technically be late at that point. But it's still going on in some sort of modified form to be determined. There's a question here. It actually says see more. It's so big. It's bigger than one line. It says it's a bit random, so it's okay if you don't have time to answer it. But I'm going to press see more to see what it says. It's kind of like a little hidden message. I found it. I mean, I only had to press one little button, so that's okay. It says, it's from Candace Woodland, and it says, as a scientist, why do you think people love snails so much, but they don't seem to like slugs, even though they're basically the same? Well, that is an excellent question, Candace. And I mean, the main difference between snails and slugs, of course, is the shell. And shell is all about decoration. And I think people in general, humans, just like a good decoration. I'll cite the example of the ladybug. The ladybugs are one of the few insects that a lot of people will just put out their hand and let it crawl around on there, and they'll be like, oh, look, a ladybug landed on me. I believe it's supposedly imbibed with good luck if that happens. But I can't think of a single other insect where if it landed on your hand, you'd be enamored with it. If a fly landed on your hand, you would shoo it away. If a mosquito landed on your hand, you would probably give it a good smack. You know, if I don't like hurting anything, even a mosquito, but I mean, when it comes to them versus me, I got to draw a line somewhere. But ladybugs, you just let them crawl over you. And now the difference there is just an attractive shell, just like the snail versus the slug. So I think that boils down to just appearance. I think there's also a precedent with squirrels and rats. A lot of people just love squirrels and think that they're so cute. But really, it's just a rat with a puffier tail. Although I love rats myself. I love rats and squirrels. I love anything that... actually, it's funny that you asked the question, Candace Woodland, because I was just about to say I love pretty much all woodland creatures. They've always had a special place in my heart. Whenever I go hiking or camping, when I was a child, my mother and father would make fires, as one is usually akin to do during camping, unless there's fire restrictions, which of course you always must adhere to. And we would make kindling and chop it up in little blocks. Not blocks, sticks is what I meant to say. And we would stack the sticks in an offset pattern and create what we would call squirrel condominiums. It's a true story. And it would dry out the wood in case there's any moisture in there. And because they're thinner, they burn quicker. That's just science. And I don't know if the squirrels actually lived in there, or maybe they didn't even climb in them. But it was good as a child to enhance my imagination. And in my head, they were condominiums. I don't know if they ever had like strata council meetings as squirrels, but maybe their ownership was broken down into more of a co-op structure. But you never know. You never know. Condominiums are always popping up everywhere. Why not for squirrels? So hopefully I answered your question, Candace. And speaking of woodland creatures, I myself have taken on two creatures. Oh, I put two twos. That's four in total, but I didn't mean to do that. Maybe I thought I was going to do air quotes, but then I did two. Anyway, I'm digressing. I have adopted two woodland creatures of myself, although I guess they're not woodland, they're cats. I don't think anyone has described a cat as a woodland creature, because I don't think they live in the woods. Well, I guess they could, but they're not typically known for living in the woods, except for tree cats, because they like to climb. I have adopted one cat whose name is Schrodinger, and I thought I saw him, but he walked away. He's very social. He always likes to come to me. Whenever I do Facebook Lives, he usually is walking around right in my face. Oh, I see him over there. He's walking away now. Maybe he's got his own little cat mission to go on. And Schrodinger has been with me for years. But more recently, I found, to my surprise actually, that I was the owner of a second cat. Some of you who have followed my Facebook Lives over the last few months have heard about this, but my friend Marjorie from my dandruff support group and I were having tea in our backyard, and she pointed him out, and I've actually seen him a couple times. And you think it would be odd that I wouldn't see a cat living in my own house, but he's very elusive, and hence the name that I gave him, Sasquatch, or Sassy Q, as I like to call him. And just to give an update, I have seen him a couple other times, and I was going to set up a time-lapse video, and I did, and I hit the wrong button, and I think I talked about it in the a couple of weeks ago, but I probably jinxed myself. I hit the wrong button and I did time lapse. No, stop. I'm even messing myself up now. I don't even know what it is. I did stop motion instead of time lapse. So I got a picture of him, but it's like, boop, and then he's gone. He was only there for one frame. Maybe he knows where the camera is, and he's like eluding it, like he's some sort of cat burglar. That's a pun. Let me just get some water. Oh, that's good. If anyone knows me, knows that I always put a little bit of lime flavoring in my water. It gives it that extra tang that makes it extra enjoyable. One other thing that I've been following over the past few weeks is the journey of my facial hair, which is kind of a weird thing to talk about, but I never thought about letting it grow in. And then once I was in self-isolation, my razor broke for a little while, and it just grew in. I couldn't stop it. I tried. I went to bed and I thought about clean-shaven skin, and unfortunately nothing happened, but the natural growth of my beard just took over. So I've had some fun with it over the last little while. Most prominently, I've grown a goatee, which sounds French, but it's not, to go with my soul patch, which I have. You know, I learned guitar and grew a soul patch. They kind of go hand in hand. So I grew the goatee, and then now Marjorie from my dandruff support group was watching from a distance. We were watching on separate devices. We were watching the movie Shakespeare in Love, and she remarked how Shakespeare's facial hair was quite attractive, and Shakespeare had the mustache, soul patch, goatee, and a little bit of little chin beard. action going on. Little chin beard. So it's going to be my next facial hair goal to get a Shakespeare in Love beard. A Shakespeare. That's a portmanteau. I combined Shakespeare and beard into one word. Right now, it's in transition. Kind of looks a little bit like a Tony Stark from the Iron Man movies, or comic books, I think. Although I haven't seen the comic books, I don't know if they draw his beard in that same way that they do in the movies with Robert Downey Jr. But I do have a lot of iron in my diet, but I am certainly not an Iron Man. I love broccoli. It has a lot of iron in it. Oh, I got another thing over there. Taylor Lewis is watching, and there's a wave button. I'm gonna hit a wave button. Oh, it didn't do anything. It froze. I hope I'm still live. I don't even know. It said wave. Maybe I'll do the wave. There, that was for you, Taylor. I waved at you, and I did a wave. And another little sparklies are coming up. Wow, this is oh, I forgot. Because I'm on the iPad, I can actually do these cool little effects. Although something is wrong with my finger. I'm pressing things on the screen, and the capacitance of my finger is just not being registered by my iPad. Maybe there's too much iron in my diet. Huh? Let me see. Some of these are scary. I'm a little worried to type some of these. Let's try this one here, just for a bit. Did that change? Do I look different? Oh, wait a second. I think I have freckles. I have freckles. That's not what the filter. Oh, here's one that has a cat and a question mark. Oh. Si fueras gato, cuál serías? I don't know what that means. It's in a language that I don't understand. That one, I had some fake sunglasses that did a little flip. I don't know if you could see that. I also don't want to go down the rabbit hole of these effects. I don't know how to turn them off now. There's just so much to learn. Candace said, it zoomed my camera in. Wow. It just zoomed. I thought Zoom was for meetings, but apparently you can do it with your iPad too. And it's wordplay. Ooh. Looks like we're down to seven viewers. Well, I guess those other people had stuff to do, and that's okay. That's okay. Because everyone, I mean, it is a lovely evening. The sun is shining, and I haven't been outside yet today, but some trees out my window are waving a little bit. They're kind of doing a swishiness, so that means there's a cool breeze. Well, a breeze. I don't know what temperature it is. Hopefully it's cool. A summer breeze came rolling in from across the sea. That's a song. I'm not going to sing it because I'm not a singer. If any of we're up to 12 people. This is kind of like a little roller coaster of audience. I kind of like this. People just filter in and out. It's like a little party. I could do the Billy Crystal White Man's Overbite. Kind of lacks something when there's no music, but it's fun to do. Chair dancing, in fact, is fun to do. It's one of my favorite activities. Since I injured my knee quite badly several years ago, I have been very interested in chair dancing because it allows me to get a little rhythm going, get kind of funky while sitting. It's a very pleasurable experience. I hopefully lots of you will try that, because all you really need to do is to sit and have rhythm. And I guess not everyone has rhythm, but you could put on a metronome or maybe your favorite house music and just lay one down, as they say. Yeah, I didn't really have a lot of topics prepared. And I was wondering, maybe Taylor, since you're still there, hopefully, maybe Taylor, if you have a question, or if Candace, you have another a question to ask me, I'd love to answer that. I hope that everyone is getting down with the lockdown in a fun way. I mean, it's pretty fun to broadcast to a whole new group of people, kind of expanding my my comfort zone, my bubble, as they say. Although it's not technically a bubble because we're not like interacting face to face. I think that's the technical term for bubble in these days. Anyway, it's context. I've been following Dr. Bonnie Henry like everyone else. She's fabulous, very knowledgeable. I also admire her as a former research scientist. I really admire her technical savvy and know-how. Oh, I got another comment from Candace over here. It says Baden is trying to comment, but having issues. I will get his question from him. This is kind of cool. It's like a game of phone tag, or telephone, as they say when we were younger. We used to play games. Baden wants to know, what do I think about Monopoly? Well, because there's no context on that word, it could mean monopoly, as in a business monopoly, like in the real world. It could be that popular board game by Parker Brothers, maybe, or Milton Bradley, one of those game manufacturers. I'm gonna just assume that Baden is talking about the board game Monopoly, and I haven't played it in years, but as a child, I played it quite often. In fact, on one of those camping trips I alluded to earlier, one of the main things that I would do with my family was play Monopoly. And I remember one time my father, who was quite good at Monopoly, took a little bit of pity on me because I wasn't doing so well. I put all my money in utilities, and they just didn't pay out. I thought it was a good thing to do, but it definitely was not. He was winning, and I had a bowl of ravioli, and instead of seeing me not have any money and forced out of the game, he offered to purchase one bite of ravioli for $500. $500 for a bite of ravioli. It was a great deal for me, bad deal for my father, but I guess it was good in a giving kind of way. So he gave me $500 Monopoly money, and I gave him a bite of ravioli. I'm good for my word, as always. And I was able to continue for a few more rounds. It was very nice of him. So I always have that memory to hold on to. Even though Monopoly has kind of lost some of its appeal over the years, it'll always have that nostalgic appeal to me. So thank you. And also Candace said that Baden added the context of the Parker Brothers game, just so that there wasn't any confusion. Because Monopoly in business is bad. It's bad. I think there's laws against that. I think Bill Gates might have gotten all wrapped up in that sort of monopoly business. He was taken to court, I believe. There's lots of stuff that happened. I didn't follow that too often, but yeah, monopoly in business is bad because you want lots of competition, because competition will also just make sure that there's lots of innovative ideas, and if you have a monopoly, then you can't do that. So, we got Alex Bordale's watching. I'm going to hit the wave button again to see if I can say hello to Alex, or at least wave. Well, I pressed the button, and again, nothing really happened. It also has the option to bring them on camera. Ooh, I'm gonna actually try that. Alex, I hope you're okay. Hopefully you'll be able to consent, because if it brings you on camera without your consent, then that's bad programming, Facebook. I'm gonna press the button and just see what happens. Oh, nothing's happening. I don't know if that's just... I'm gonna try my other finger, just in case my finger is broken. Well, I'm pressing it. Oh, bring Alex on camera. It took me about 5 presses. I'm gonna try adding. Can't bring Alex on camera. Womp womp. Oh well. Well, it was good to try, because in life it's always good to try new things within your comfort zone, obviously. But if Alex came on camera with me, that would be kind of interesting and new, because I've never done that before, and I'm sure Alex will have lots of fun things to say. Alex, if you have any questions that you can type, I don't know where you are. Perhaps you're on a lounge enjoying a beverage, or maybe knitting a cap, because everyone needs caps. If you have a question or anything, please just type it away. Ooh, that water is so refreshing. It's a bit of a hot one today. And in my house, I don't pay for air conditioning. Air conditioning for me is opening a window, which I haven't yet. I don't know why. It just didn't occur to me at the time. I don't know. I wasn't hot until a little while ago. Maybe it's all these eyes on me. All your eyes watching me on camera is just making me get the vapors, as they say in the savannah. And I see it's approaching 5:30. I was going to start wrapping things up around 5:30, but if there are more questions that people have, I didn't have any other topics written down here. I did make a couple of notes, but we kind of burned through those topics. Candace says, oh, I think maybe that means another question is pending. Candace says, for Baden, I like how there's a lot of information transfer happening here. Baden wants to know if you wear sweaters year sound. Well, I think that's a typo. But I believe she means, and Baden means, year round. Although year sound could be that I make a sonic wave that just attracts the particles of cotton onto my body in kind of an acoustic fashion, just gluing the sweater onto me. A friend of mine once had a sweater that we joked was just made of lint that he magnetically had joined onto his body, but I don't think that was the truth. But yes, I do. This is my favorite sweater. I wear it almost every day. It's become kind of like my identity, although I don't really tie my identity to my clothes, because I could change clothes, but that doesn't mean I'm a different person. I wore a t-shirt once. Well, more than once. But I just love the feel. I love the feel of turtlenecks. I love the feel of a good sweater. Turtlenecks, it gives a calming sense, because I know that a lot of blood goes through the neck area, because the brain uses a lot of blood. I mean, I think one of the leading causes of death is hypoxia, which I believe is lack of oxygen to the brain. I'd have to look that one up just to refresh my memory. But the blood that goes from your heart has to go through your neck, and I feel that the neck needs to be taken care of in a tender way. And the turtleneck is just kind of like a 24/7 hug on your neck, and that's why I love them. So, there's another. Sarah Murphy is also watching. I'm gonna give Sarah a wave. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with my fingers. My fingers just aren't conducting or conducive. I don't know what. Something's wrong with my fingertips. Maybe if I rub them in my hair or so. Oh, maybe that's probably I bet you that's it. When I was styling my hair, maybe I got some hair product, or maybe some naturally occurring oils from my scalp onto my fingers, and That's just bad for touch screens. I mean, let alone fingerprints. Um, Maybe that's why I've had to touch the buttons like several times. Um, oh, what's that? Another little hearts and smiley faces are kind of popping up at me. I like that. That's quite nice. I don't see any other questions. Sarah, you're just new to this live broadcast going out over the airwaves. Although it's not air anymore, it's all digital. Probably fiber optics. Um, if you have any questions, please feel free to just type them. Hopefully, I haven't missed any. I'm just going to scroll through here. Looks like I got them all. I wonder, maybe while I'm going to see if there's any people think of some questions, I'm going to look at another face effect. Okay, this one looks like an egg that has lips on it. I'm very excited to try this one. Did anything happen? I think it gave me like a shave or something. A lot of these are very subtle. When I was playing with this earlier, there was like, I was getting an Optimus Prime head showing up on my face, and now it's just, I end up looking like I just sort of put on some foundation makeup or something. Oh, here's another lips one. I don't even know what that means. Profiteroles? Maybe it's a different language? Profiteroles. Oh, and my lips are purple. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Oh, this one's fun. The googly eyes, they're not googling. No, that's just bad programming. Got to put that through a quality assurance. Here's one and open my mouth wide. Ooh. This one says mustache, and it's literally a mustache on my face. The word mustache. That's kind of clever. I'm just gonna check back to see. Oh, a question from Beth is incoming. Okay. I will wait 1 second. I'm gonna go and see if there's another. Oh, this one looks pretty scary. Oh my! What is that? I think I feel like I'm some sort of door knocker or satanic mask. This one is kind of freaking me out. I'm gonna change something. One says good day. That has a butterfly. Oh, this one's nice. I wonder if I can interact with the butterflies. Sometimes there was one where if I opened my mouth, I think hearts came out of it, or rainbows, or something. Um, oh, here's one that looks kind of interesting. On. Oh, now I've turned into the 1980s. I'm the new wave Wilhelm. Um, no, you cannot take on me because I'm going to take on myself. I'm going to take this filter off of me. Take that filter off. Take it off of me. Okay, now I can't. My butt. Oh, here it goes. Oh, the question. It just finally came in. Beth asks, "What can one do to maintain a solid sense of self-esteem?" Well, thank you for that excellent question, Beth, because self-esteem is quite important. If you're lacking in self-esteem, it can be quite damaging to your life. And a good way to boost your self-esteem is to refute any kind of negative thoughts that you might have. Because a lot of times people will have a thought that maybe they're not so good, or something else negative that's happening in their life. And if you take a chance to really analyze that thought, you can often refute it with your mind. And that will I almost said embroider. I didn't mean to say embroider. I meant to say embolden. Embolden yourself, embolden your spirit, and just make you more confident. It's also good to have good friends who will support you, because support. Oh, wait a second. There's a flyaway hair. I'm sorry. I got very distracted by that. Good support system is really good, because friends who love you will give you lots of support, and usually will make you feel good about yourself, because the people that give you low self-esteem can often do so by telling you things that for some reason you believe. But if you don't believe, then your self-esteem will go up. And as that, I believe Taylor Swift is quoted as saying, haters gonna hate. Hate, 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 hate. And you just gotta shake it off. Kind of like Luke did. I think he did one of those moves in The Last Jedi. He just kind of did that, and Kylo Ren he got really angry. But it wasn't Luke, it was just a projection. A Jedi, a Force projection. Anyway, I don't want to go down the whole rabbit hole of Star Wars. Oh, wait a second. Candace says, "I'll join on camera if you want to try out that feature. But it's okay if you don't want to. I can do a rapid fire Oh, it says see more. Although I can't press. Oh, there it goes. I can do a rapid fire question round if I do. Well, I don't have the option, Candace, and I think Facebook will only allow me to bring you on camera. I don't see a button, and with touchscreens, if you don't see it on the screen, you can't do it. It's not like it can be hidden. Maybe it's voice activated. Oh, wait a second. There's another button down here. Guest requests. Allow your viewers to join you. It says, it says it's on. And I don't know. There's another button here. Invite group members to watch. Well, I already invited them. And hopefully they're watching. And there's also a little button here that has a speech balloon. I don't know what that means. Let me just press that one. Oh, I can write a comment. Okay, I can't. Well, I'm just going to say hi. Oh, that showed up. Oh, I think it's because I'm using my friend. It showed up as somebody else. That's interesting. It showed up as Chris. That's a friend of mine. I borrowed this iPad from him. he's a really good friend. But yeah, if you wanted to give me one last question, I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's been 40 minutes. Oh my, 40 minutes. This is the longest time I've ever been live. Thanks everyone for hanging in there. Looks like we're down to 4 viewers, and I think that's pretty much, that's rightly so. If anyone showed up for the entire 40 minutes, I thank you. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. It's it had some ups and downs. It was a roller coaster, or a sine wave. Huh? Technical. That's math. Maybe I'll just take one more question and that'll be it. Candace, if you had to, you were going to say you were going to do rapid fire questions. Maybe just one, and I'll try to answer it as rapidly as I can. Yeah. I'm a little bit sad actually because my water bottle used to really sound like a dolphin, but now it's kind of lost. It sounds a little bit like a dolphin, but it's muted slightly. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad because when I drank from that water bottle before, it always put me in the mind of dolphins, and dolphins are one of the best creatures on this earth. They're super intelligent. They live in the water all the time, and who wouldn't want to live in the water? Maybe if you couldn't swim, that wouldn't be very pleasant. But dolphins can swim. I'm pretty sure they're born being able to swim. Oh, here's another question from Candace. This is going to be the last question, and I'll wrap it up. I see a see more. Oh, I can't press it. I don't know what's wrong with my fingers. I'm pressing it repeat. Oh, there it goes. I got 2 questions. It's a 2-parter. I did the 2-2 again. I don't know what's going through my mind right now. I'm a little a buzz. Maybe it's because I'm broadcasting to a whole group. I've never done that before. Anyway, Candace's question is, what's your favorite pump up song? Well, I hope, again, context, pump up could mean doing weights, or it could just mean getting excited about something, pumping up your attitude. And I kind of use the same music for both. I was very much a fan of the alternative music scene from the 90s. And one of the songs that I like the most is a song called Go by Pearl Jam. For copyright reasons, I can't play it right now. Facebook would just rip that audio right out of there. But I highly suggest just looking it up. It really gets the heart pumping and gets the adrenaline up there. And the second last question, because there's 2 last questions, they were tied. Oh, wait a second. Candace Woodland wants to be in my video. Hang on. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to approve that. If I can press this button. I approved it. The screen went away, but I don't see anything. I don't think it worked, Candace. If it does, if you're appearing on a screen somewhere that I'm not seeing, maybe just make a lot of noise. Maybe my volume is turned down. I don't even know where's the volume. Hang on, I'm gonna hit a button here. I'm increasing the volume. I still don't hear anything. This is all just a big learning experience for me. I'll just answer Beth's question, which again will be the last question because there was 2 last questions, and I answered the first one. Do you do yoga? And my answer to that is yes, I do. I don't do it every day. I don't have a daily practice of yoga, but I have an AM PM yoga DVD that came free with a yoga mat, so it was good value. And I watch that from time to time on my DVD player. Oh, I got another thing that says Candace wants to be in my video again. I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to adding. Oh, it's flashing now. Something's flashing on the screen. I'm waiting again with bated breath because apparently I've been eating worms. Oh.
Hi.
Candice, hello. This is very exciting. I don't know what other people are seeing, but I can see your face on my screen. Hello, can you hear me?
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry I'm so late.
That's fine. It's you got in right at the last second. Uh, I'm just beside myself. Well, I'm beside you, because we're side by side on my screen.
I'm just so excited to be part of this.
Oh well, I'm very excited too. I'm so glad that you decided to join. And
Did
that
you say glappy?
what's that?
Did you say glappy?
I I might have said glappy. It's a portmanteau of glad and happy.
That's like extra. Is it what's the like level? Is it like glad, happy, glappy? Or is it like
Well, I think if you could quantify a level of happiness, let's just say that you have one level of happiness and you have one level of glad, you add those together, the glappiness level is double. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I think it's
that sounds good.
people should be starting to say that soon, I think. Just get glappy. It's a it's alliterative and it people will be saying it, I bet you anything. You were gonna have some rapid fire questions, I think, for me. Hang on. Or if not, I'm just happy that you are sharing the quote unquote airwaves with me.
I could do a rapid fire favorites round.
Okay, you want my favorites, or I will ask you what your favorite is?
No, no, no. I'll ask you what your favorites are.
Okay, well, as they say, just hit me, baby, one more time. That's
What's
Spears, I think.
what's your favorite amphibian?
My favorite amphibian is a salamander.
What's your favorite episode of television that's ever happened?
Episode of television that's ever happened was the final episode of 6 Feet Under. It was uh, probably the most emotional experience I've ever had in my life. It was, if you ever have never watched 6 Feet Under, it's quite adult, but I highly recommend it. Okay, give me another one.
Okay, what's your favorite tree?
My favorite tree is a Gary Oak. When I was a child, I was part of the Gary Oak Cub Scouts, and it was a very good experience. Plus, Gary Oak is just a wonderful tree.
What's your favorite dance move?
My favorite dance move is the electric hustle, which I believe is something that I made up out of two. I keep doing two dance moves: the electric slide and the hustle. I kind of combined them. Uh, I, yeah. Give me another one.
What's your favorite way to stop being anxious?
My favorite way to stop being anxious um, is to reframe the anxiety into a more pleasant emotion. For example, I was a little bit anxious to go on this Facebook Live, but I chose to reframe that as excitement. And once I did,
What's
it felt much better. Oh, there's another one. Go, yeah.
what's your favorite crystal?
My favorite crystal is a smoky quartz, I think, because smoky is always just a great color. It also reminds me of a cat that used to live by my childhood home, named Smokey. And quartz is just it powers electronic watches, so it's multifunctional.
What's your favorite hand gesture?
Well, I believe everyone knows my favorite hand gesture is this. It is often good to make your point, and it's very polite. Like unlike some other hand gestures, which can be impolite. Um, yeah. Did you have any more questions for me?
Yeah, what's your favorite name that would describe the color pink?
The favorite name that would describe the color pink. Um, why would you call it anything other than pink?
Like if you had to name a pink crayon, what would you name it?
I would name it pink.
Okay.
That I pink is pink is pink.
Okay,
I guess,
I have one final question.
I guess there's hot pink, but I mean that's still pink.
Those are the only two pinks?
I believe so. Maybe fuchsia it comes into the realm of pink, but Colors have names for a reason. It's just pink is pink.
I have a final
Okay,
question.
but one last question. Yes, yes.
Okay. What is your favorite ever sentence?
My favorite sentence? Um, wow. I, I think you've stumped me there because I have said so many millions of sentences in my life and read probably 2 million sentences. It's really hard to rank them. Um, how about uh, the truth is out there? It's
Good
very
choice.
short. It's concise. It's from one of my favorite TV shows, The X-Files, and it's kind of mysterious. Because you gotta find where the truth is, because it is out there. Um,
Wow, you did really impressively. That was a hard round of questions.
yeah, that was. I was I was a little flustered. Uh, I will be honest. I was kind of flustered there for a second, but those were excellent questions, and I really am glad that you're able to join me on my video.
Thanks
Uh,
for having me.
I
I guess I
actually,
can go.
do you have to quit because I don't actually see a button on here to let you go. Once I let you in the door, you're kind of like a vampire. I can't get you out. You have
Okay,
to
I'm gonna try and exit. Bye.
go. Bye. Thank you for joining. Oh, and she's gone now. Uh, kind of like, well, I was gonna say like a vampire, but I mean, vampires just turn into bats and fly away. Thank you very much, Candace, for joining me, and for all those questions that you were asking me and conveying from all the other people. And I think looks like we're down to 5 viewers, so five is a pretty good number. I'll say goodbye with 5 fingers, a five-fingered wave to everyone, and thank you so much for joining me on the Get Down with the Lockdown Facebook Wilhelm Live. It's kind of a long title. I'll have to shorten that a little bit, but thank you so much for joining me. And I've been doing these videos for last couple months anyway, about once every 2 weeks. If you want to just join me for another video, subscribe to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/23Wilhelm, the number 23, and my name, Wilhelm, which is actually right there, although it might be backwards for you. I don't know if Facebook switches does the mirror switcheroo. But yeah, like my Facebook page, and hopefully we can do this again in a fortnight. Because I like saying Fortnite. I don't like the video game though. I just like saying Fortnite. Oh, there's another comment. Sebastian says the video is making him feel glappy. It's already catching on. I'm just so happy. Okay, that's a great time to end. So I will see you hopefully in a fortnight. And thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Wilhelm, and I hope you have a great Sunday evening. Goodbye. Oh, now I have to figure out, I think it's this button here, the finish, if my fingers are able to conduct enough.